Yo, what's good, guys? It's Austin here, or Luna. So today's story time, in my opinion, is a pretty good one. I hope you enjoy this. And yeah, let's just jump right into this. So this story time is another freshman year story, happened in ninth grade. Now, my ninth grade year was full of random things that happened throughout the year, but this one was really one of those moments where I was just like, damn, worst timing ever. Now, this story time involves me and a girl. Now, let's just call this girl Julia. Okay, now Julia really did not care about school in the slightest. Like, the minute she got into high school, she just stopped trying altogether. Like, she did not care whatsoever. And her lack of care is pretty much what fuels this entire story time, okay? So this story time all starts off as a normal day. I wake up really early for school, lack of sleep, tired. I get up, I take a shower, I get ready for school. I get on the bus. Now, me and Julia actually rode on the same bus, and we would sit near each other. So me and her would just kind of talk throughout the bus rides. But this bus ride was not like any other bus ride, okay? This really is just the definition of the worst, unluckiest day ever. So we get to be about 5 minutes away from school, and it's the middle of winter where I live. So the roads are super icy, and it's cold, and it's not the safest driving conditions. And 5 minutes away from school, we're pulling up to a red light in this bus, and the bus slides on ice and hits the bus in front of us. We rear-ended another school bus. Now, luckily, we weren't going fast at all, so it wasn't a serious accident, but it was still serious enough to kind of like stop and pull over and just make sure everybody's okay. And we did. We stopped on the side of the road. We all got out of the bus. Everyone in the other bus got out of the bus, and we all basically checked on each other. Everything was all good. The drivers talked it out. They called into the school, called into the bus station, told them that there was a minor accident and that they would be delayed. So yeah, everybody gets back on their buses and just waits while the drivers stand outside and talk about what they're going to do and talk to the bus station. And what ends up happening is the bus station basically tells them to drive us to school, drop us off, and then take the buses back to the station to be inspected and make sure there's no serious damage. Even though there wasn't any visible damage, they wanted to make sure. So yeah, the drivers get back on each bus and we get driven to school, we get dropped off. And me and Julia were kind of hyped because it delayed our school day a little bit. We were like 15-20 minutes late to school, which was kind of nice because our first period classes were both pretty terrible. We didn't like going to them. Julia just had some boring class, and I had a class where I had to sit next to Carter, the one that, tried to put a curse on me. That's a good story time. If you haven't seen that, I'll put a link on the screen right now. Go watch that. Anyway, I walk into school, I get through my first period, and pretty much the whole rest of that day was pretty normal. But fast forward to the very last class of the day. Like, very last, there's 30 minutes left of the class. I'm almost completely done with the school day. I get to go home after this and just relax for the rest of the day and not think about school. But sadly, that couldn't be the case, okay? So I'm just quietly sitting in this class waiting for this 30 minutes to go by, and I decide to go to the bathroom to take a little bit of a walk and kind of make time go faster. So I get up, I walk up to my teacher, I go, "Hey, can I go to the bathroom?" And she goes, "I don't know, can you?" And I look her in the eyes and I go, "Yep." And I grab the bathroom pass off the desk and walk out the door to the bathroom. Now, she was just messing with me. She wasn't one of those teachers that was mean about letting people go to the bathroom. She was just kind of messing around. So yeah, I walked down the hallway and I walk up to the staff bathroom. Now, students were not supposed to use the staff bathroom, but I would pretty much use it all the time because the student bathrooms were gross and people were always in there just being obnoxious. So I decided to use the staff bathroom, and it's a one-person bathroom, okay? So I walk up to the door, I open the door, and I'm greeted to a sight I did not expect to see, okay? It's Julia leaning up against the sink, just sipping a tiny bottle of vodka. And I'm just like, "Julia, what are you doing?" And she goes, "Hey, shut the door." I'm like, "Okay." So I shut the door, and I make sure to lock it so no teachers or staff members walk in. And I'm like, "What are you doing, Julia?" And she goes, "I'm just having a little fun." I'm like, "Yo, it's the last period class of the day. Like, you couldn't wait till you get home?" And she's like, "No, I want to do it now. I was just too bored." I'm like, "Julia, like, I know that you don't care about school, and I really don't like it either. Trust me, I don't have good grades at all. But, like, you can't do this in school. They're going to expel you. Like, seriously, I don't want to see you get expelled." And I wasn't saying this to, like, sound like a teacher or, like some authority figure. I really just didn't want to see her get expelled because she's my friend, and I liked going to school with her. So after I say this, she's like, yeah, I know. It's a bad idea. I shouldn't be doing it. I'll stop." And I'm like, "Thank you. I'm not trying to be some annoying person. I just really want to see you, like, not get expelled." And she's like, "Yeah, I know. I'll try not to." I'm like, "Thank you." And then all of a sudden, we hear a knock on the door, and she immediately throws this bottle in her backpack and zips it up. Now, since this was just some teacher or staff member knocking on the door to use the bathroom, I just yell. I'm like, "Hey, I'm in here." And I hear her yell on the other side, "Okay, I'll wait." And this is when I start panicking, because I thought that I would just say, "I'm in here," and the teacher would walk away and go to another bathroom. But she said she would wait, which means she's going to see this door open in a one-person bathroom, and me and this girl are going to walk out, Julia, and she's going to think that we were in there doing something. And we weren't doing something. I mean, Julia was, but like I wasn't involved in anything whatsoever. And last thing I wanted to have happen was me get blamed for something I wasn't doing, or both of us get in trouble. So me and Julia just start whispering to each other, like freaking out. I'm like, all right, look, like I'm just gonna have to open the door. Let's hope it's some chill teacher who doesn't question it. Like, let's just see. And I open the door, and of course, it's this teacher that I've seen around before who likes to yell and get angry a lot. So I knew for a fact when she saw me and Julia that she was gonna send us right up to the office. And can you guess what happened? I opened the door and she goes, oh no, you two were just in there? Go up to the office right now. And I'm like, why? And she goes, why? Because you're in the staff bathroom, which you're not allowed to use, and you're with a girl, Austin. Go up there. And I'm like, wait, what? How do you know my name? Like, I don't have a class with you. And she goes, oh, I've heard about you. I'm like, what? What does that mean? She goes, just go up to the office, both of you, right now. I'm going to follow behind you guys so I know that you're going up there. I'm going to tell them what I just saw. I'm like, fine. So me and Julia go upstairs to the main office, and this teacher follows us the whole way there. And we get into the main office, and this teacher that was following us the whole way there goes up to the lady and goes, hey, caught these two in the staff bathroom by themselves. Don't know what they were doing, but I want the principal to talk to them. And she goes, okay, I'll relay the message. So we're just sitting in this main office waiting for our principal to be ready to see us. And like 5 minutes later, the principal's office door opens, and my principal comes out and goes, hey guys, I'm ready to see you in here. And me and Julia get up and we walk into the principal's office and we sit down. And my principal goes, all right, look, why were you two in the staff bathroom by yourselves? What were you doing? And Julia just goes, I was using the bathroom. And I go, yeah, so was I. I was just waiting for her to be done. Now look, I really did not want to lie in this situation, but at the same time, I can't tell the truth because if I did, I'd be just like getting Julia in a bunch of trouble, possibly expelled from school. Like, she had a lot of chances already. Like, I don't know if she'd have one more. And plus, if I say that Julia was drinking in there, the principal's going to think that I was drinking with her, and there's no way to really tell, so they'll probably just suspend both of us for being in there. So after I say this, my principal goes, you expect me to believe that you guys were in there together waiting for each other to be done. Why on earth would I believe that? Like, why on earth would you be in there, in the bathroom, waiting for each other, when it's a single-person bathroom? Meaning you could just knock on the door and wait outside the door for that person to leave, and then you can go in there and do your business. Like, seriously, tell me why you guys were in the bathroom waiting for each other. And I was like, I don't know. I really just couldn't think of any excuse. And Julia just goes, well, Austin's my friend. I want to talk to him a bit in between class. And right after she said that, the whole room just smelled like vodka. Like her breath just reeked of alcohol. And my principal looks at me and then looks at her with this like really weird face and just goes, have you guys been drinking? And I'm like, no. Why do you say that? And she goes, I can smell alcohol on your breath, Julia. Have you been drinking? And Julia just completely hesitates and goes, no. And my principal just sighs and goes, all right, look, because you both used the staff bathroom together when you're not supposed to is already enough. I'm giving you guys 1 week of detention after school. And that sucked to hear, but at the same time, I was very relieved because Julia could have definitely gotten in way more trouble and I could have as well. But yeah, after that we left, we went back to our classes, finished out that day, and the day was an extra hour longer because we had detention that day now, and following the rest of the week we had detention, and that's what we did. And yeah, after this was all over with, Julia never drank at school again. She never did that at school. And yeah, she kind of just got on a better path and she was doing a lot better, and that's great. But yeah, moral of the story is don't be like Julia and drink at school, and just don't be like either of us in this story time. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this story time. If you did, please leave a like on the video. I'd really appreciate it. Feel free to leave your story times in the comments down below, and subscribe if you're new. I'll see you all later. Peace.
I'm like, what's up? They leave me out for the dead, and now they know they're fucked. All my texts are unread, that's how I know she's done. My life changed in a flash, all my friends gone, my friends gone.